Good morning. As you get here, make sure that you say hello. Good morning. As you get here, make sure that you say hello while I'm going live in all the places. All right, now let me pull this up on my phone. All right, there we go. So make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. Good morning, Judy. All right. So this morning, you have to excuse me because I have a little bit of a headache, but I'm working through it. So if my energy is a little bit off today, just know that that's what it is. And so I'm going to get right to our affirmation and journal prompt. Give me just a second to copy and paste. And I want to say, Judy, thank you for being here. You're one of the newer people in the group, and Wendy is here with you, and she is one of my founding members. So she's been with me for a little bit. So thank you. I'm breathing. So just wanted to have you ladies know each other. All right, so our affirmation for today is I am bold, brave, and bursting with confidence, ready to take on anything life throws my way. And I'll just share. Yesterday, I got derailed just a little bit, and it's interesting how we perceive things, right? I have been working on my signature talk to do some keynote speaking, and I've done speaking in the past, but I'm working on something that I would share more in different places, right? And I also thought, well, I had just went and saw Stacy do her TED Talk in San Diego, and it was just so amazing. And I thought, okay, I want to do a TED Talk. And so yesterday I had a meeting with someone about my TED Talk, and I went in very optimistic, and you'll see why I needed this. Why I created this affirmation for today. And she wasn't unkind, but she flat out told me, this is not a good talk for your TED Talk. You've got to come up with something different. And it was like, and then I felt that total deflation. Anybody get it? Maybe that's why I have a headache today. You see, it's making me emotional now. So then I remembered, after I felt very deflated afterwards, and I went a little bit into that woe's me place, right? And it's silly. It's just a TED Talk, whatever. But when I really got to thinking about it, I thought, okay, this is an opportunity to grow. This is an opportunity to look at things a little bit different. And maybe that isn't a good TED Talk. Maybe that's good for these other things. It's just not good for Ted. That doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean I'm not good. Right? So then my thoughts this morning was, okay, what would I want someone to say to me in this very moment? Right? Perspective. Yes, yes. So I can't read that. Hold on. Let me pull this over here so I can see. A fork in the road. Definitely, definitely. And the thing was, is what I would have wanted someone to say to me after I got off the call and I was feeling deflated was, it's okay, girl. You're bold, brave, and bursting with confidence all the rest of the time. Don't let this hold you back. Look at it as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to, maybe it's not a good TED Talk. What would be a good TED Talk if I really want to do one? And she did ask me, she said, why do you want to do a TED Talk anyway? She said, is it just to do something with your business? And I said, no. I said, my TED Talk is one of the things that you leave after you're gone, right? So it's like a legacy thing. And she said, well, if that's the case, then you want it to be something that's your legacy. Is that really your legacy? And it was like, right? So this is what I needed today. And almost everyone that I create is something that I need in the moment. And I feel like if it's something that I need, maybe it's something that'll touch you too, right? And I love this group because here I can sit down and share and be vulnerable. Because it really, really hurt. And it shouldn't have. It should have just felt like, okay, but we come at things from our past, from our lens of the world, right? And so something about that conversation triggered something from my past. I don't even know what it is, but I know it triggered something. And so I even woke up in the middle of the night contemplating about my TED Talk, right? and going over in my mind about, okay, this is growth. This is growth. We'll learn from this. We'll be better. We'll come up with something different. And maybe a TED Talk's not what I need to do. I have no idea. But I think your legacy is growing people like flowers. Oh, thank you. Judging our feelings makes it hurt more, and releasing shame, guilt, and withholding our righteous anger, sending you all peace and love. Thank you. And Wendy says, I think you do a damn good job, and I'm proud of you and grateful for you. Oh, I love you. So, like I said, I did not intend to cry this morning, but it's good to let it out, right? One of my favorite books says feelings buried alive never die. So when we feel something, we release it. And then we decide where it's coming from. What is holding me back on that, right? And sometimes it's good to have those little moments where somebody says, well, is that really what you want to talk about? And maybe it's not. So, and she had me talk to her about some things that have happened in my life and some moments. And when I was talking to her, she said, "Now, those things are something that would be worth talking about." And I thought, really? Okay. So it's a reformulation, a step back and look at it again. And maybe it's just not the right time. I do have a lot of stuff going on in my life, with business and different things, and so maybe it's not the right time because it does take a lot of work to formulate, and you have coaches and you have all these things. So maybe it's God's way of saying, not now. And so I'm okay, even though I know that just made me cry, but I'm okay because I am bold, brave, and bursting with confidence, ready to take on anything life throws my way. And it threw me a wrench yesterday, and I'm going to utilize that wrench to make things better. And that's what we do, right? I mean, in the past, I would have probably stayed in the bed and cried because I had my heart so set on that, right? But that doesn't benefit me. It doesn't help me grow. And so I'm always open to growth. And so this is one of them, right? If I'm open to growth, like what is it that we talk about a lot of times is that a lot of times our opportunities show up as obstacles. And so this is my opportunity to grow in a different way, right? All right, so let's get to the journal prompt. Let's see if it'll all show up. Yeah, okay. Our journal prompt is, if you were to channel your most daring, confident self today, what would you do differently? Just think about that for a second. I know the feeling. We create this thing that we feel is so magnificent, and someone doesn't think it's all that, so we crumble and hurt. Yes. The thing is that hurt can be our teacher when we lean into it and look more clearly. Crying is good. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Well, thank you, Heather. Thank you. And it's the silliest thing that it should even make me cry. But it is what it is, right? And I'm processing through it with your help, right? So the journal prompt, if you were to channel your most daring, confident self today, what would you do differently? What I would do differently is stand a little bit taller today, even though I got deflated yesterday. And I would just start looking at the things that I talked to her about that she said, now those might be a good TED Talk. Maybe I'll start evaluating that. Maybe that is what my TED Talk should be about. Right? And I'm going to just release all the expectations and just keep working on the things that I'm working on and put this other thing kind of in the back burner a little bit so it can marinate some and I can decide if I still want to pursue that and how I want to do it from there, right? So, and the other part of this is think big and list all the fun, fearless actions you'd take to let your bravery shine. Thank you, Wendy. So just think about it. List all the fun, fearless actions you'd take to let your bravery shine. And I, for one, am going to have to sit with this one for a little bit today, right? And like I say all the time, When we have our affirmation, we put it on our sticky notes, the screensaver on our phone, the index cards. We can put it on our mirror with a chalk marker, or put it on a piece of paper and stick it on your fridge so that you see it every time you walk in there. And what I like to do sometimes when I know I'm going to be on the road a little bit is I'll take 2 index cards and I'll put it on there, and I'll put one on one side of the visor and one on the other side. So whether the sun's in my eyes and I'm putting it down or I've got it up, there's the little reminder of my affirmation, right? And so for that, I would just put, I'm bold, brave, and bursting with confidence. I wouldn't even put the other part. I just want the main thing, right? And then when it comes to your journaling, get your notebook out, your journal out, put the date, the affirmation, and the journal prompt. And what you're going to do is you're going to find a moment after you've got all this written down, and you're going to get into total silence, and you're just going to relax and breathe, quiet your mind as much as you possibly can, 10, 15 minutes to just let these things marinate in your mind, and let your subconscious mind start feeding you answers, right? Because our conscious mind is going to tell us all the superficial things that we already know, right? But our subconscious mind is going to give us things that are percolating back there that we do not remember or we don't even see as possibilities. That's the big thing. And then when you spend that 10, 15 minutes in silence, and then you open your eyes, you've got this written down, and you just brain dump everything. Your subconscious mind is going to give you so much information that you would not get without that silence. And so practice that. And I'll be doing this today myself to get in touch with a little bit more about what's going on, because I got so deflated with that, right? So if you were to channel your most daring, confident self today, what would you do differently? And then think big and list all the fun, fearless actions you'd take to let your bravery shine. Because we're all brave in our own way, right? And differently in different situations. So here we go. Remember, anything we say after the words I am are super powerful, right? So this is an amazingly powerful statement that I needed this morning. I am bold, brave, and bursting with confidence, ready to take on anything life throws my way. Because throw it will, right? Opportunities show up as obstacles. We don't always see what the opportunity is, but given some time, we will, right? And then if you were to channel your most daring, confident self today, what would you do differently? Think big and list all the fun, fearless actions you'd take to let your bravery shine. How do you feel with those? Does it feel expansive? Because that's what we want. We want to create affirmations and journal prompts that help us to expand ourselves, help us to uncover things that would help us as we continue to grow, right? How are you feeling? And, I've said many times that sometimes we have these affirmation and the journal prompts and we don't feel them at all, right? Like right in this moment, do I feel bold, brave, and bursting with confidence? No, I don't. But I'm claiming it because I'm ready to take that on. Normally, I feel bold, brave, and bursting with confidence. But that little deflating thing had me really, really doing some internal reflection last night and even this morning. Because why did I let somebody's opinion about what I was going to talk about? And she was even trying to be constructive, right? But why did I let that put me into this other feeling state? Because I really thought I had done so much work that that wouldn't happen in the same way, right? But obviously, like I said, it triggered something that I need to work on again, right? And so I'll be spending some time with the affirmation and the journal prompt today and trying to discover what's the trigger. And if I can't really figure out what the trigger is, what I really want to do is release it. So I'll be doing some tapping and different things later today to help me release some of that because I don't want to hold on to it. I want to uncover it and get rid of it. If we're being bold and brave, I would share my magnificent body challenge with my world. Yes. So I would journal on that a little bit more today, Jackie, and I'd just damn do it. You've got this. Well, it feels good to get this out, to have you guys to talk to and to work through this with. I appreciate you more than you know, and I'm grateful for everyone here, those that are watching and listening, those that are here live, anybody that watches the replay. Yes, Jackie, do it. And like I told you yesterday, if you want to collaborate a little bit, partner up or whatever, just reach out because we can do that. All right. So it's time for me to pop off here as we are grateful for you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. So I feel like I can breathe a little bit better now. So it's been a good release for me. And if you're watching the replay, make sure that you put hashtag replay and let me know that you were here. And I just want to say again, thank you for being part of this amazing community. And I love each and every one of you, even the people that I don't know well yet. I'm grateful for you. All right. So, Wendy, do you have our closing statement for today? You're usually so good about that. And I want to make sure I get it. There we go. I will. I will. I'm gonna go take some Advil or something for my headache, and then I'm sure I'll be feeling a lot better in no time. I already feel better after doing this with you guys. All right. So, as Wendy so eloquently has said, have a bold and brave day, and I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Mwah.